Yeah, so now that Wizards has control of it, they've announced this great plan to rank the cards.
It's a great plan.
And if you want to know more about it, you can look it up. It's all over the internet. You can find it.
Plenty of daily Magic content creators talking about it.
Oh, yeah. But their idea is one of the worst ideas I've ever seen for a card game.
Yeah.
From a business standpoint, though, if they can overcome the PR issues of it, I think they're going to make so much money doing it.
It does, like, I joke, like, yeah, they had a great plan waiting for Commander, because it does seem like it will make a lot of money, actually. Like,
so they have this ranking system. Tier 1 is base level pre-con. It goes 1, 2, 3, 4. Tier 4 is like CEDH level.
Most competitive, the strongest decks. Like,
I think I guarantee that they're going to come out with a tier 3, tier 4 deck.
Yeah.
Right. It's going to be a CEDH ready pre-con, basically. Right.
You can pick it up at your local games. You pick it up at Walmart, maybe not Walmart,
for $1,000.
$1,000. Yeah. It's got all of the staples, all of those expensive $100 cards,
and Soul Ring.
Whereas what you buy now at Walmart is the $40 or $50 pre-constructed decks is like the lowest tier. That's the entry to Commander.
But they still slap, dude.
Yes, especially the new ones. They're slapping.
Yeah.
I don't approve of them being any more than $40, but I think that's a good value. There's a good entry point for new players.
I think so.
But if they are claiming maybe that, yeah, they're going to start selling these tier 2 slightly better pre-constructed decks, like Commander Masters, right? That whole fiasco with their $100 pre-constructed decks that were not any better than the previous ones.
Nope.
That was atrocious.
They were just fancy.
If you make $100 pre-cons and now you're saying they are actually better and that's quantifiable, then maybe that's okay, because then they'll have the tier 3 at 500 and the tier 4 at 1,000. Like,
I think it's a slippery slope, because like at that point it's like, okay, but like, why would you, if you can take a $50 pre-con and by adding another $20 of cards make it a level 3 deck, why would you spend $500 on a level 3 deck?
Yeah.
You know? Because their idea is like, if one card is a level 3 card, that is now a level 3 deck. The rest could be literally chaff.
Yeah.
And you could have
basically
a demonic tutor in it, and now it's a level 4 deck. It's like, oh yes, I'm going to go tutor for my goblin novelist or whatever, crime novelist.
It's like, right. Like, yeah,
okay.
I did see a YouTube creator talk about that. He's like, sometimes I build janky combo decks that are goofy and fun or just like unpopular, but you have to play like a tutor, which is regarded as a strong card.
Tier 3, tier 4.
But you're like, no, but this is just like my goofy casual combo where I want to make infinite unicorns or something dumb like that. Yeah.
I'm curious to see if the price of individual card that are ranked tier 4 skyrockets.
Well, I'm actually intrigued by the opposite of that. If Wizards of the Coast, I'm always in favor of reprints because that brings the value of things down, right? If they print these $1,000 tier 4 decks, they're going to need to reprint a lot of these tier 4 cards, which doesn't cost anything for Wizards of the Coast because they don't look at the secondary market and they don't make money off the secondary market. But they'll have to print these expensive cards, reprint them, which generally brings the value down. So in order to make a retail, they don't have retail prices anymore, but in order to make a suggested retail $1,000 deck, they're going to need to put more than $1,000 worth of value of cards in there.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Which then will probably equalize out so that people will buy the $1,000 deck thinking it's a good deal instead of buying them individually on the secondary market. So maybe initially they might go up, like you're saying.
Yeah, that's a good point, though.
But I think eventually Wizards of the Coast, once they start shipping out these, I'm sure they have plans.
Or I wonder if people are going to say, I don't want to play, if I'm going to be playing Kitchen Table Magic, this is a tier 4 card. I don't want a tier 4 deck.
Yeah.
I'm going to get rid of my demonic tutors.
I'll get rid of them, yeah.
And drop the price. That could also be a thing. Yeah. It'll be very interesting to see what happens.
I know a lot of people are just like, all right, Commander's not for me anymore. They're kind of bowing out.
I've been thinking that a little bit. I'm like, Standard sounded pretty fun.
Standard.
Modern's too expensive.
Pauper's cheap.
True.
Or yeah, so people backing out entirely, or people just like totally closing themselves off, just like, all right, no more Magic the Gathering content for me. I have my kitchen table group, and that's it. That's all I'm playing. But for people who don't have their own group, you have to go to local game stores, and local game stores need the same set of rules to follow.
Yep.
I mean, you can post like, our store plays with these rules, or this banned list, which sucks because like Commander is a casual format. You can play with whatever rules you want, unless you don't have friends that agree to play with those rules with you. So
the professor had a really good video that he put out two days ago. It was a casual conversation that he had. He was unopening. He was he was opening packs.
Opening packs.
Jeez, that was difficult.
Unboxing cards.
He was opening packs and just talking about it. And he prefaced it by saying, "This is an unscripted video. This is off the cuff." Like he did a lot of that, which I thought was good, but interesting that he did it.
Yeah.
Because most of his videos are heavily scripted, and he thinks about his opinions very, very thoroughly. But he was saying like, Rule 0 is like the end all be all of the format.
It's still there, yeah.
If you're not having fun, then stop playing that person, right? And he said he's had experiences where he would be playing and he says, "Hey, I don't want to play against that deck again for these 3 reasons. Like, if you'd want to play that deck again, I'm gonna have to find someone else to play with."
Yeah.
You know? Which, like, if you're not a douche canoe, you're like, "Oh yeah, this is an oppressive deck. I built it that way because I wanted to see how it would work. Thanks for sitting through one game. I'll play my Tyranids Precon now. Oh, by the way, my Tyranids Precon, I've switched out the stupid Goliath truck for an all will be one. So there's one combo in there. It's like everyone's like, okay, it's still a Tyranids Precon.
It's a tier 1 deck with a random infinite combo. Maybe that doesn't make it a tier 3.
No,
whatever. Like, yeah, you're right. I think that's a fair point of his. Like, the point of the game is to have fun. So yeah, play to have fun. I mean,
yeah,
with the people. Is your friendship more important than like you just really wanting to win and play this super cool, combo and just win every time on turn 3? Like, that's competitive. You know, go play a competitive format for that.
Yeah. Commander's supposed to be fun. It's not supposed to be. That's why it's a singleton format.
Yeah,
is because you're supposed to get a variety of things that happen out of one deck.
Every game is different.
If you want to play a game where the same thing happens with every single time you play the same deck, go play Standard, or go play Modern, or go play Pauper.
You can run duplicates. Yep. You want that consistent strategy.
Yep. If you're playing a competitive thing, go play a competitive format. Yeah. Commander is not supposed to be a competitive format. Done.
End of story. Wizards of the Coast, get out of here.
Done, Trevor.